Hello everybody and welcome to today's ACSA episode where I'm bringing you guys a quadruple header for you guys for this one, as we'll start with Ron Burgundy going on the road to play against the Alaska Beluga Whales for the first game of this quadruple header. Will be a good one, so make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you happen to be brand new. As we'll go ahead and hop right into game action, starting with this first game between the Anchorman and the Beluga Whales, with Polinsky wide open down the middle of the field, and nobody from the Beluga Whales is going to be able to catch this man, and he is gone like a girl in a country song. 88-yard touchdown for Polinsky as Ron Burgundy's Anchormen take a 7-0 lead early on against the Beluga Whales, as Lamel is going to actually scramble on the next drive, Alaska being forced off the field from a 3-and-out. As now it's a 2nd and 11 now, a couple plays later. Lamel's going to drop back. He's going to throw over the middle to Kylerman, who does end up picking the first down. Another great drive that Ron Burgundy's team is going to really put together right now. They're looking pretty darn good as they do hand it off to Bushman, who does plow forward for another first down. Ron Burgundy early on looking pretty darn impressive. As we go to the 1st and 10, Lamel somehow getting out of pressure and finds Polinsky in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Anchorman. And it's 14-0 as they are just opening it up on the Alaska Beluga Whales early on, man. Not really having much of an answer early in this ball game, as they'll throw deep to the left-hand side. Again, they find Anchorman for another big gain. What a first down that they just conjured up right there. As now 1st and 10, gonna drop back the pass with Lamel again, going to the end zone, and this time they were ready for it, nearly intercepting that pass. Actually gonna be able to get away with a 3rd and 5 now. So they try to throw over the middle to subvert, but it's well short of the marker. So they do settle for a field goal there, so Alaska does stop the bleeding a little bit. But, you know, they need to find some answers here, because right now, for the most part, the Ron Burgundy offense is able to do whatever it wants. As Lamel will get hit! Finally, some pressure from the Alaska Beluga Whales. As look at this, it's a 3rd and 22. They have to at least stop a 3rd and 22, right? No! Subvert makes that catch as well. It's a big first down for the Anchorman, as you gotta stop the 3rd and 22 plays, as there's another big throw to Caverman, as it's a pass interference on Alaska, so the penalty does get declined. As now it's 1st and 10 for Ron Burgundy, going up the middle, and it's incomplete. Could not quite connect on that play. As now 2nd and 10, Lamel dropping back the pass. He's gonna throw over to the left-hand side, and it's incomplete. Couldn't quite connect on that one either, as now it's a 3rd and long. Lamel dropping back the pass is going to throw a little crossing route to Kamire, and it's a 1st and goal, as they're looking to get some more points on the board, maybe make this 24-0, and they do. Harris finding the end zone, making it 24-0 following that extra point attempt, as Ron Burgundy looks like they're ready to really blow this team apart. Will we see our first 50 bomb potentially? You don't like to speculate too early, but you have to think that if they keep up this level of offensive production, then Alaska is going to certainly be in a world of trouble, as they do end up getting a sack there. So now 2nd and 14, Lamel throwing to the right-hand side, forced to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. At least able to avoid the sack that time around, as Lamel going to try to throw to Kamire, and it's another huge gain, another first down for the Anchorman, as there has been no answer by the Alaska Beluga Whales. Just simply can't get much of anything going right now, as it's 2nd and 10 now. Lamel dropping back the pass. He's going to try to throw over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted again. Deflected by the Alaska linebacker core. As it's 3rd and 10, Lamel going to throw to the right-hand side to Polinsky, who gets flipped over. Does make the catch, but is well short of the first down marker. So they are going to attempt this field goal to try to make it a 27-0 ball game, but the field goal is well short, unfortunately. So maybe we'll see a little bit of life out of the Blue Whales, as They're coming into the locker room down 24-0. Let's see if Alaska can get anything going. I didn't show any highlights for Alaska. Why? Because they didn't do anything. Like, they didn't turn the ball over, you know, or anything like that. But it's just been a world of hurt here in the great state of Alaska. You would think the weather would come in and be more helpful, but right now that's not the case, as you know, it's a cooler weather day, so the air raid has been to full effect, very effective, as now it's a 1st and 10 now for Alaska. Getting to the right hand side to Harris, who does end up picking some yards before going out of bounds. So they're putting together a little bit of a drive. It's a very long drive for sure, as Battle does end up picking that 1st down off the 3rd and 1. So they got a fresh set of downs to work with. Childress is going to scramble upfield with the quarterback sneak. End up picking some good yardage as well. As Derek Childish, as his very first game at the collegiate level, has really struggled. Only 32 yards between the passing and running gains. You definitely hate to see that early on. As Childish is going to drop back again. Throw to the right hand side to Barnett. It is well short of 1st down marker. So they settle for a field goal, but at least Alaska is showing a little bit of signs of life as they force a 3 and out on Ron Burgundy's team as they try to pick up more yards, but he fumbles. Of course, when things start to look up for Alaska, they fumble the ball, they give it back to this very dangerous offense that put up 24 points in the 1st half. And, you know, just getting them off of a turnover, you know, definitely not a good sign, but right now the Alaska defense at least standing up to a degree, getting a big loss when they tried to run the ball. One of the few times they tried to do that. It's now 3rd and 20. Lamel going to try to drop back the pass, but he doesn't have time. Pressure gets sent up the middle, and it actually works this time around. So they do force a punt off, you know, despite getting some very good field position off that fumble recovery. But, you know, big question is, can Alaska put together another really good drive? Maybe get a touchdown, you know, try to get back into this ball game. Because right now they are definitely out of reach, you know, at this moment, you know, so you got to get something going here on offense for sure. As a big pass to Emmanuel might be able to do just that. A big 1st down for the Beluga Whales. Getting across midfield for just the 2nd time today. Not counting that fumble, of course, as there's another big catch for a huge gain that brings them inside of the red zone. So now, 1st and 10. Childers dropping back to pass. He's looking. Gonna try and throw it towards the end zone, and it's good. Touchdown, Alaska. Their 1st score of the season. And look at this. They're going for it on the 2-point conversion. That does fail. So they only pick up 6 points that time, but at least cut into that deficit a little bit. Only now down 24-9 as Jasmine does spin away on that next possession, pick up some good yardage. Are we seeing a rally from Alaska? They look dead in the water in the 1st half, but now they're looking like they're playing as a brand new team. Now, you know, playing at least a whole lot better than what they previously did. As now, 2nd and 10, Childers going to drop back to pass again. Going to throw over the middle, but nobody was home. Very contested area. Surprised Childers made that decision. As 3rd and 10, they go to battle again, but it's not good enough. So 4th down coming up for Alaska, as they opt to go for the field goal here. Not sure how this helps you in this situation, but looks like they may do a fake. No, they're actually dead ass going for it. And it's well short, so they go for the field goal attempt. It doesn't work whatsoever. You know, not really sure what they were planning to do. So for now, it still remains 24-9 as they do go ahead and pick some yardage up. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see what Ron Burgundy's team does as they throw over the middle to Anchorman, who does get upfield for a nice 1st down on that one. Getting across midfield once again. The Burgundy offense actually been held pretty silent here in the 2nd half, but thankfully they build such a lead that they don't have to do much necessarily. As Spectre makes another huge catch for a 1st down. So Lamel dropping back, gonna throw over the middle, and that could have been caught for a touchdown. But instead, 2nd and 10, it's Lamel. Gonna try to throw over the middle again. Nobody was home. Not sure where he was going to on that one. But it is going to be a 3rd and long again, as Lamel does take another sack by this Alaska defensive line. So they settle for a field goal, and at least slowing down the pain. But Alaska, you gotta get some points on the board, and you have to do it quickly. Cannot mess around at this current juncture in the game as they go to the outside to battle. He does pick up the 1st down, but because they're running the ball, that clock is still going to be ticking. And, right now, time is just not on their side right now. They need a miracle here, to, get any, at least make this score more respectable, if not, win the game outright. As now, 3rd and 4, Childers dropping back to pass. Doesn't see anybody. He's going to scramble upfield, and he's going to fumble the ball. Marshall recovers, and that's how this game's going to end. Ron Burgundy's team winning by a final score of 27-9. So now here we go, going into the second part of this quadruple header, as we'll shift over to the nice, very much nicer weather in Hawaii. We have the Wyoming Yellowstone Mounties playing the Maui Piranhas, representing the unaffiliated teams out there that don't have a conference to call home. As we'll start this game with Wyoming Yellowstone getting the ball. Nice little 5-yard game on the quarterback keeper. Shout out to Smith there. As Smith now dropping back, going over the middle. Finds Gooden for a nice 1st down on that one. Keeping that thing rolling, as it's a nice 1st drive for the Mounties. Smith is looking around. He's got a deep man, and it's overthrown. He had his man for a second, but just overthrew him. As now it's a 3rd and 7. They do connect this time around. Gooden, the recipient of that long reception, as they're deep in Maui territory now. They're looking to get some points on the board. Early hits finds Gooden. Look who it is. Corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Mounties. Taking a 7-0 lead here. So they're gonna go run it to Mac actually for a gain of 6. See what Maui can do here, as they nearly thought he was gonna throw it there, but does decide to think otherwise. Just picks it up with the 1st down using his legs. As Maui has looked pretty decent so far in this game. They just haven't been able to put points on the board just quite yet, but maybe they can do it on this drive though. As 3rd and 8. McDowell's going to drop back the pass, throw over the middle. He's got a man in Holly for a huge 1st down to the 40-yard line. As now it's another 1st and 10 for Maui. They're going to go deep again, and it's Holly taking the top off the defense 2 times in a row, and Maui strikes back, tying this ball game at 7 apiece. Got an interesting ball game. Wyoming Yellowstone coming in as the favorites, but Maui's certainly not going to give up, man. They certainly are playing hard in this ball game. As now 2nd and 8, gonna throw to the left hand side. They get it to Gary, as it is a another 1st down. As now 2nd and 13. Smith gonna run the ball with it once again. It's gonna be another good solid gain, but it's still a long 3rd down coming up here. Let's see what they do. Smith, quarterback draw, gonna try to get it himself, but he's just shy, just 1 yard short, and they do decide to settle for a field goal. Still a lead for Wyoming Yellowstone as they enjoy a 10-7 lead most of the way through this second quarter, as we're down to the last couple of minutes till the end of the 1st half. So let's see what Maui can conjure up, as they do hand the ball off to Mac, as their entire offensive line seemed like to collapse there, but it looks like he still was somehow able to find running room despite that. As now 2nd and 10, trying to throw it to McDaniel. He catches it off the bounce. What concentration on that play. Is still gain of 9. Clock is still ticking though. Imagine they're going to run the ball again to Mac, who picks up another 1st down. Surprised that they're not using any of their timeouts just yet. It's a little bit surprising. But now they'll go to McDowell here, who is able to get upfield for another 1st down. They are in Wyoming Yellowstone territory, but you got to keep an eye on that clock. Only 45 seconds now. McDowell throwing to the left-hand side, and they can't connect. Good news with that, it does stop the clock, so 42 seconds left. McDowell dropping back, Throw it to the left to Holly, and he's able to get out of bounds too. That will temporarily stop the clock for right now as well. As now, 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs for McDowell. Going to Holly again. He's been targeted quite a bit. But why are they not using their timeouts though? That always confuses me. And so if they don't get a playoff to end the first half, that's how the first half ends. Golden opportunity for Molly to either take the lead or to at least tie the game is lost. Hopefully this doesn't affect them down the line. As we'll cut towards late in this third quarter now, as Wyoming Yellowstone is looking to make something happen here and finally finds Daniels. After a lot of back and forth punting, able to find a man downfield for the first time in this second half. We're going to see maybe a scoring opportunity potentially depending on how these plays go, but no! Malinsky intercepts the pass and stops Wyoming Yellowstone, stopping the Mounties right in their tracks. And so McDowell is back at it again with the white vans as they try to go ahead and try to tie this ball game. Let's see if they can get it done. 1st and 10. It's a handoff to McDowell. Daniel, he's able to sneak in and out of there, pick up some nice yardage, a 9-yard gain on that run. Nice first carry of the day for the young tailback. As they go over the seam, but it's overthrown. Oh, Molly has had all of these opportunities, but they can't, do anything about it as there's an injury on field. David Bright, one of the defensive linemen for Wyoming Yellowstone, gets hurt on a 3rd down play, and he looks like he's done for the rest of the season. So that's going to definitely hurt them going forward. It's now 3rd and 3, going over the middle, finds Huff. Maybe they won't need their defense. Maybe their offense can get a touchdown here and end this game once and for all. Is now 1st and 10. Smith dropping back. He's going to throw. He's got a man, but he overthrows him. That was a touchdown. That could have potentially been a dagger given how this game has went thus far, as there's another drop pass there on 2nd down. So going from 7 points to potentially punting this ball away, it's 3rd and 10. They go over the middle to White, who just barely, and I mean barely, picks up that 1st down. The refs were so kind to give it to him. As now 1st and 10. Smith gonna throw again. This time going over the middle. It's nearly cut off the deflection, but falls harmlessly to the ground. As we have a 3rd and long now, a couple plays later. Can Smith make something happen here? He's looked good thus far. He's able to get out of there, and he's able to pick up the 1st down gain. You only needed 7 yards, and they picked up 7 yards right there. As Smith dropping back, gonna throw to Hamail, who gets him in the red zone. If they score a touchdown here, this game could very much be over. Of course, there's still plenty of football left to play as Smith takes a hit. Just was not expecting him whatsoever. As now it's 2nd and long. Gonna try to throw over the middle. That's incomplete. Is even hit as he's thrown. So now 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Basically gonna throw towards the end zone here, but they froze short, and it did not work whatsoever. So now Molly's back on the field again. They get a field goal to see if they can get some points on the board, as they have one more chance. Although taking a sack certainly doesn't help. So last gasp right here, 4th and 4. Going to the middle, but there he was. That was the opportunity. Drops the pass, was not ready for it. And Wyoming Yellowstone is going to escape, winning this game 13-7. Wow, what an exciting game that we just witnessed here today. So now with that game out of the way, we move over to the Rocky Mountains, where we go to Colorado Tech hosting Montana A&M Coyotes from the Big Pacific Conference. Could be a pretty interesting matchup. Colorado Tech certainly is a well-disciplined football team, not as talented as Montana A&M, as both of them are rugged squads. Let's see who can outwork the other as we are getting ready to get this thing underway. Montana A&M is going to start with the ball, as it will be returned by Montana A&M. But wait, it's a fumble! Who recovers? It's Colorado Tech. What a way to start this ball game. Colorado Tech getting some points on the board. Not on the board, my apologies, but getting some really good luck with that fumble right there. But can they get some points going on offense? We're about to find out here, as it's a pretty good scramble by the quarterback and Chad Morris, who does get him to the line of scrimmage and a little bit more. Is now 3rd and 7. Morris dropping back, throwing over the middle, and finds Jackson for the first down. 1st and goal coming up. As now a couple plays later, they're sitting on the 8-yard line. They're going to try to run it in still, but is stuffed by Montana A&M. They were ready for it. Gotta have some better play calling than that, as Colorado Tech did have to settle for a field goal. But as the underdog, not a bad way to start, as now Montana A&M is back on the field. They had their offense out because they did not fumble this kick return. As now a couple plays later, 2nd and 17. Elder driving back the pass, has all day to throw. He's got a man. No, he doesn't. It's intercepted by Davis. So another turnover by Colorado Tech, as the defense has been standing tall already with 2 turnovers here in this first quarter. You love to see that. As now they go to green, and fortunately it's a 3 and out. So Colorado Tech didn't do anything with it, as they're back on the field once again with their offense. Just got to play a lot better. You are the favorite in this football game. You just have to play, a little bit better. 2 turnovers to start the game is not it, but they find Kramer though, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Coyotes! As Montana A&M will take the lead, 7-3 in this ugly ball game, actually. As we cut late into the second quarter now, Morris is going to drop back. He's going to throw to the left. He finds Green going down the sideline. He's able to get just about midfield. Colorado Tech, playing strong here, as Justin Morris is there to make the play. As it's fumbled again, but look who recovers it this time. Montana A&M with a turnover. So already 3 turnovers in this game. Certainly a sloppy performance thus far for sure. As now it's 3rd and 6. Can they do anything with it? As Clark's going to try to run to the outside, but they were ready to contain the edge quickly, as it will be a 4th down for Montana A&M. As neither team, man, has not really done too much, as it's still a 7-3 game. Curtis, though, able to show that first down right there. Is now 2nd and 9. Elder dropping back the pass. He's going to throw over the middle. He's got a man, and he finds Kramer again. Another good pass, as Montana A&M continues to build that lead, as there's a fresh to the down for the Coyotes, as that's incomplete, thrown over the middle, trying to find George Keel, but it doesn't quite work out that time. 3rd and 10 though, it's also incomplete. So we're going to go for this field goal, try to extend this lead to a 7-point lead. The kick is up, and it's well short, unfortunately. Just did not have the leg to get that kick. So the score will still remain 7-3 for now, as Colorado Tech is starting to get a pretty decent drive going here on this 3rd and 7, but they're 1 yard shy. 2 minutes left. What do you think they're going to do? They go for the field goal. What are they doing? Why are you going for the field goal, as they actually follow through with it? But of course it's well short. Of course they do that. So Colorado Tech, with 2 minutes left, had an opportunity to win, but just bad coaching decision making cost Colorado Tech this win. Montana A&M is going to walk away here in game number 3 by a final score of 7-3. So for the final game of this quadruple header, we now go to the plains of Oklahoma, where Sugar Land State, coming in at number 25 in the nation, goes on the road to play against the Tulsa Christian Pioneers in the great state of Oklahoma. The crowd is certainly ready for it. We'll see if this Pioneers football team is ready to conquer the next tier, that is beating a top 25 team. As we'll go to a new cameo just to mix things up a little bit. We like to keep it spicy here on the John J Gaming channel, of course. As now 2nd and 10 coming up. Quarterback's gonna get to the line of scrimmage. Cooper ready to drop back the pass. Gonna try to throw over the middle. He's got a man. He's got Gross. And like a girl in a country song, he is gone. Touchdown, Sugar Land State. And it's an early 7-0 lead. Coming back to Sugar Land State, they got the ball once again after Tulsa Christian did go free and out, and it's a decent run up the right-hand side, a gain of 6. It's now 3rd and 4, going to the left-hand side, finds Sullins, who's able to get to the outside, breaks the tackle too, and is able to be not brought down until just about the edge of the red zone. Sugar Land State's offense starting out absolutely on fire right now as they go to the right-hand side to Gross, who gets out of bounds. Wish he had a little bit more space because he had open planes, but it is what it is though. As now 2nd and 3 to go to Watson again, who has trouble getting his stuff going, but still ends up picking the first down nonetheless. Is now 1st and 10. Cooper actually takes a shot from 91. What a hit by Green. And now it's 2nd and basically goal on the 15-yard line. Going to Reese. Reese able to spin out of a tackle. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Sugar Land State. And it's now 14-0. So let's see how Tulsa Christian can respond. Can they get their offense going? And they're starting to find some rhythm. They go to Clark and is able to pick up the first down. Their first down of this ball game. As Falls dropping back. He's looking. Tries to go to Clark. But he fumbles the ball. Oh no! It's Cooper that recovers from Sugar Land State. And things could get very out of hand quickly. But they send the house and he can't get the pass off in time. Very smart decision by the defensive coordinator for Tulsa Christian to send the blitz there. As now it's 3rd and 13. They try to connect and thankfully they don't do anything with that fumble, which is nice to see. But now 1st and 10. Falls gonna go upfield. He fumbles again. Another turnover for Tulsa Christian. And it's getting very dangerous for them to potentially, give up this lead. But they respond in a big way, getting an interception. And now it's a first down for Tulsa Christian. And on top of that, it's their best field position of this entire game so far. As they go to Smith, who's able to make a man miss, actually. It's a first down for the Pioneers. Let's see if they can get on the board for the first time today. As they go to Clark. He's going to end the ball off. Get some great running room, actually. And is able to nearly pick up the first down. You love to see that. Is now 3rd and short. Let's see what they do here. It's going to be a pass. Let's see where they go. Can they get the first down? Yes, they do. Over to Jennings. Able to pick up the first down with ease. Is now 2nd and 8. Fall's going to drop back the pass again. Going to go to Watson. And Watson does nearly get the touchdown, but there's a pass interference that they called. But that doesn't really matter. That's declined. But they sacked the quarterback on 3rd and goal a few plays later. And so 4th down, they going to settle for the field goal here. You hate to see it. But not as much as this kick right there, but somehow misses. Missing a chip shot is absolutely disgusting. And so all of that work, no points. That is just really rough. Just, because you really need to get some points. You're down multiple possessions to a top 25 team. As there's another sack. But no, he got it out. And Jennings is all alone. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown. Tulsa Christian. As the roughing the passer will be called off. And now 14-7. Tulsa Christian has the ball once again. And so they're going up the field again. So let's see if they can get some more points on the board. See if they can tie this ball game up. As 3rd and 9, they go to Smith, who picks up the first down. They're driving once again. They're looking to get a first down. As now, a couple plays later, Falls dropping back. He's got time in the pocket. He's got a man in the middle, but it's deflected away at the very last second. So it does fall for an incompletion. As now Falls will throw to the right to Watson, who does make the catch, but is short of the first down marker. And so they try again for a field goal. See how this works out for them. A bold strategy, Cotton, as they kick it, and it's well short. The kicker is just not very good for Tulsa Christian. I don't even know what else to say. As we'll cut back to Sugar Land State here in this 4th quarter. Cooper going to drop back the pass. Got all the time in the world, but is going to try to scramble. He doesn't like what he saw, but unfortunately, Cooper does get brought down the backfield by 67. As Cooper's having a decent first game, but let's see what else he can do. Can he add to that total as Goins gets a huge catch-up field? First down for the Cowboys. As they'll hand it off to Pierce Rig again as they go to the outside. Another first down for Sugar Land State. As now 2nd and 8. Couple plays later, Cooper's going to take it on the quarterback draw, actually. Able to get out of there. Some tough running room there, but still able to find 7 yards regardless, though. It's 3rd and short now. We're going to try to pick it up with the running gain. And it's no problem here because everything's bigger in Texas, of course, and it showed there on that run. Picking the first down with ease. Let's see if he can pick up some more with the running game as Pieshrig gets a nice gain of 8. Is now 2nd and 2. Cooper this time passing it, going towards the end zone, but couldn't quite communicate. Chemistry was a little bit off there. Is now 3rd and 2. Cooper throwing towards the middle of the end zone and finds Noel. Touchdown, Cowboys! Is now 21-7 as Tulsa Christian desperately trying to get back into this ball game. Let's see what they can do. They do find Strong, who gets them nearly to midfield from the jump. Is now a couple plays later, 2nd and 12. Falls, gonna hand off to Clark. Actually, he's got some space, but this Sugar Land State defense is extremely quick, having a tough time finding some running room. Let's see what else they can do. 3rd and 7. Falls. They need a play here. They get it to Clark, but it's well short of the first down marker. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here as they go for a field goal. What is wrong with this coach? As it's basically a glorified punt, which to be fair kind of works, but you're down by 2 scores with 3.5 minutes left. Gotta do a little bit more than that. So now there's only 2 minutes left. You're still down by 2 scores. So let's see what they can do. They have to score quickly and then hope for a miracle at this point, because right now things are not looking good for Tulsa Christian. As Falls gonna go over the middle, finds Jennings, who's able to make a man miss, but gets to the edge of the red zone. First down though for the Christian Pioneers from Oklahoma. As Falls going to Jennings, gonna get into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers! At least making the score a little bit more reasonable here, making it 21-13 as they actually do decide to go for 2. It's be interesting to see how this goes. Falls trying to get upfield, but it's no good. Just not very good planning, as Sugar Land State will win this game against the Tulsa Christian Pioneers by a final score of 21-13. What a game. So with that Sugar Land State victory out of the way, let's go ahead and check out some other scores within the ACSA Dynasty to see what's going on. Amazon was coming into this game ranked outside of the top 25. Whether justifiable or not, they proved that they could belong, winning 30-0 against Southern Caltech. Meanwhile, Burroughs State makes a case of their own, coming from the tundra of Alaska, going down to play against the George Fox University Bruins in Eugene, Oregon, and beating them at their own place 54-0 as well. In other news, number 23 ranked Spokane Tech takes care of business on the road, playing the Savannah Bison and beating them 39-6. On top of that, the 15th ranked Whitetails from Indiana Thornton, one of the potential frontrunners from the Big North Conference, played the Treytown Alliance and defeated them 42-6 on the road. Not to be outdone, the 20th ranked Madison Lakers defeat Dakota A&M, also only giving up 6 points, but also dropping 45 in the process. Moving on, let's go check out the free games that we'll be showing here on the channel this Friday, as these will be the final free games that will be shown before we start beginning to look towards week 2 of the ACS Dynasty. First, we have Charlotte State going on the road to play against the Clinton Knights in the state of New York, and what should be an interesting non-conference matchup. Keeping it in the Northeast, we also have the Rugby Boilermakers from North Dakota making their way down to Philadelphia to play against the Philadelphia Tech Black Mambas. Let's see if they have the Mamba mentality in this season opener. And then finally, to wrap things up, we have the number 5 ranked team in the nation in the capital of Tennessee Bulldogs going on the road to play against Sunshine opponent Northern Virginia, home of the Angels. Hopefully there's some Angels in the outfield for this matchup going up against a top team in this dynasty. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's ACSA content, and if you did, do me a favor and please smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be new. This is John J Gaming on Mic, hoping that you guys all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.